Ladies and gentlemen, a new snapshot for Minecraft Java Edition 1.17, the Caves and Cliffs Update Part 1 has been released. Here is 21w19a, coming to you with lots of bug fixes and being powered by a brand new Java version. My name is Slicedlime, I'm here to guide you through all the changes in this version. But let me begin by backtracking a little bit to a few snapshots ago. I keep getting comments about people being surprised to find bedrock at around level 0. If you want more information about this, go check out the video linked in an iCard right now and in the video description to take you to the video about that snapshot where that was announced. Now let's get into the changes this time, starting with blocks and items and something related to that version split. Unfinished items for this first part that includes Sculk Sensors, bundles and candles have been removed from the creative inventory. You can still get them using commands like /give, they are still in the game that way, but you won't find them in the creative inventory. You also won't find recipes for them in survival mode, they have been removed that way. However, if you want to play with them, they are still available in the Caves and Cliffs preview data pack. So install that data pack and you will get those recipes. And as always, there's a new version of that pack, so if you want to try it out, make sure you download the latest version of the data pack and try it out on the snapshot. Of course, that also means that you could add the recipes to your own data packs. More block and item changes in this version though. Bug with powder snow that's fixed in this version. When used in creative mode, they could create ghost blocks that is fixed in this version. Lightning rods would stay activated if you pulled or pushed it with a piston at the same time as it was struck by lightning. That bug has been fixed in this version. And lightning bolts would detect the lightning rod underneath it incorrectly and therefore would affect the wrong blocks in some situations. This also applies if lightning struck an entity on top of a non-full copper block, such as a slab. And in the previous snapshot there was a fix listed where infested blocks should now take half the time to mine as for the same type of non-infested block. That was true, but only if you broke the block with your fist. Now it is also true if you break the block with its intended tool. A fix has been done to the light block. If you used the pick block functionality on that, then you'd get a different item that didn't stack with the default light block. That is fixed in this version. Let's move on to gameplay. If you opened a shulker box while an entity was standing on top of it, it was pushed too high up for a short amount of time. That is fixed in this version. And some fixes for drip leaves. Items in water streams couldn't fall off of big drip leaves, but they would constantly try to. Flying slightly above a big drip leaf would cause it to tilt even if you didn't touch it. And bone mealing big drip leaves inside of flowing water didn't update the water. All of those fixed in this version. Few world changes in this version. The changelog lists making geodes significantly rarer than in the previous snapshot. However, geodes are exactly where they used to be. A fix has been done to a bug though, where floating water would generate in caves under the ocean. Mob changes in this version. Leads now work on squids, including glow squids. Pufferfish will now defend themselves from axolotls that attack, and withers and zoglins will no longer attack axolotls that are playing dead. If you removed all exit and portal blocks from your world, then the Ender Dragon would respawn. That is fixed in this version. And a slew of other end related fixes for shulkers. Any shulker that generated outside of the world border would bug out when it tried to spawn. Shulkers would also not spawn in the correct place or would teleport immediately upon spawn, and if a shulker was riding an entity, it would appear in the wrong place. And finally for mobs, a bee fix. Bees will now pollinate cave vines. Let's talk about user interface fixes. The maximum length of item names when you put an item into an anvil has been increased. It used to be 35 characters, it is now 50. A recipe book fix. The copper ingots are now once again grouped in the recipe book in a crafting table. On the topic of the recipe book, the smelting preview inside groups of recipes in the furnace were off center by a pixel or two. That is fixed in this version. Candle cakes are now called cakes with X candle instead of X candle cake. And a whole bunch of fixes have been done to ordering inside of the creative inventory. This goes for amethyst shards and gems in general, copper variants, the spyglass, and spore blossoms. A fix for the statistics screen. The use statistic for using a compostable item on a composter didn't increase. That has been fixed in this version. And finally, a splash text has been replaced. It used to say now Java 8 and now says now Java 16. We'll get into more of that change later. Bunch of visual fixes in this version. Sheep were rendered like white sheared sheep if you looked at them through tinted glass blocks on some certain configurations. That has been fixed in this version. Hanging roots no longer float in your hand when viewed in third-person mode. And a bunch of fixes have been done to particles. Experience orbs don't produce particles when moving through powder snow. Snow particles didn't render at all if the block light level was 7 or more. And powder snow didn't produce particles when broken by burning mobs. All of those fixed in this version. Couple of sound fixes. Hanging root break sound events had a duplicate sound event, which meant that one of the break sounds was not used. Here it is, break sound number 4 for hanging roots. And powder snow didn't produce a breaking sound or subtitle when it was destroyed through extinguishing a burning player, mob, or a flame arrow. That is to say, any burning entity. That is fixed in this version. And that leaves us only with stability and performance. One of the major changes for this version is that the Java version used to run the game has been upgraded, all the way from a very old version, Java 8, to the brand newest Java 16. If you're using the normal Minecraft launcher with a default installation, the launcher will take care of this for you and download the correct Java version. If you have a custom Java executable set on your installation, or if you're using a custom launcher, then either you will need to go and install the correct version of Java and update your installation, or wait for a new version of your custom launcher to be released that can provide the new version. If you are running a server, then you will also need a new Java version for that. That might mean that you need to wait for your server host to upgrade. If you're having any problems, try switching to the default vanilla Minecraft launcher, or reach out to the creator of your third-party launcher. In addition to that, this version contains more crash fixes and performance fixes. Even with that, this is a testing version and can crash or even corrupt your world. So be careful if you play this, do so on a separate test world, or make sure to maintain backups of your world. Remember that any world you open in a snapshot can never be safely downgraded to a previous version again. If you want to play this version but you don't know how to, then click on the link in the iCard on the video right now or in the video description. That'll take you to a tutorial video about how to get and play a Minecraft snapshot. And those were all the gameplay changes for this time. If you're also interested in the technical changes, things for data packs like changes to tags or command syntax, then another video will be coming up shortly for that. Keep an eye on the channel for that one, or if it's already done, there will be a link in an iCard right here, right now. But that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest changes in Minecraft Java Edition, then please subscribe to this channel. I make both gameplay and technical update videos for every new snapshot, pre-release, release candidate, and full release. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified by YouTube when new videos arrive. I also want to give a shout out to some folks who helped out in the making of this video. Thank you so much, Jockcool, Velvet Wench, Veguid, and Fabian for your assistance. Thank you to you as well for watching to the end of this video, and thank you for any comments, likes, or shares of this video. Any interaction with this video helps out both the video and the channel. But that's it for this time. My name is slicedlime, and I'll see you next time. Take care.